What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Kenny Bear's Arms. Today we're taking a look at my M1A EBR chassis here. This is a firearm that has been in my wish list, Grail. You know, I gotta have this style rifle because this is another video game gun that I was just like, yep, this something that always interested me. Just the aesthetic of it. Just I thought these things looked so freaking badass. Uh, Prior to knowing any real history about the EBR chassis and stuff like that, or the M14 or M1A in general. But I was super happy when I finally got it. Obviously, you probably saw the video where I talked about this and made this, and I put it into, I believe this is an M1A loaded uh, barrel. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it, especially with the looks. But the one thing that I've never been able to do with it is really test out if it's made this platform better or worse or anything like that. And that's because I'm still trying to figure out scope mount stuff. So I decided to actually just bring it to the range and put like a red dot, just a simple red dot on it. And I marked it up here because I for some reason I thought, well, maybe there's just a shitty red dot is why I'm not able to hit stuff. I've never been able to zero this thing in and hit targets and then stretch it out it's like 100 yards. I'm like, I have no idea where I'm hitting. Well, I think I figured out the problem, and that's whatever this mount was. I think this is probably some cheap UTG mount or something like that. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but the ejection port here, where the shells would eject, would just mar and get caught up on this mount. So, and then when I was at the range most recently, this the dot is actually holding zero great. Like I've had this Sealy dot on many different optics. That's a uh, different firearms, but that's a different topic for a different video, and it's done really well. So I figured I'll just throw it on here and see how it performs, just whatever. But the mount came loose while I was shooting at the range, and so I'm like, well, shoot, I might have to start looking into different optic mounts. And lo and behold, there Springfield, I think Armory makes one, very expensive. And then there's some cool other Sadlac, and I think Sage makes a quick detach one and stuff like that. So those are really hard to get, really hard to find, really expensive. This UTG one, well, I probably won't put that on ever again, but just for shits and giggles, I wanted to try it. I don't think I can recommend it. And so I just trying to figure out which route I need to go with this platform. And I said, screw it. You know what? I was already ordering some other stuff from Amazon. I'm going to try just this Monstrum. Yeah, you can shit on them all you want. It's fine. I don't care. I'm going to try it just for the shits and giggles because it's like $15, but it's milled out of aluminum, so that's nice. So I'm hoping it has the rail stops here, and then it's got 8 different mounting screws here. So hopefully that this thing can actually maybe handle a little bit of stout recoil and stuff like that. But I'm thinking that if I can mount it here on this thing, maybe this thing actually might work decent enough. I'm not sure, but I think that's something that I'm going to test out. Because it kind of mimics the Sadlac in a way and just gives me a little bit more range. And I think it'll probably give me a lot of clearance for the ejection port too. So I can hopefully have an optic mounted on here. The other issue that I had, and this is why I'm just like, you know what, since I'm already going this route, I might as well just try a different thing, is that I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but the ass end of this thing, the grip part, is loose. So I have to take apart the chassis anyway. And apparently I need to readjust that. So that was kind of, I don't know. This thing has been kind of a finicky amount of work. That's okay. It's a labor of love for this thing. I still think this is one of the coolest looking platforms and chassis out there. It's freaking just badass. It's heavy as shit, but it's still fun. So I think I'm gonna get all that done, go to the range, see how this thing performs, see if I can still get anything out of this. If I can't, then maybe it needs to go to an actual gunsmith and maybe they can make this thing right for me. I don't know. But we'll go back through it. see what it does, and then we'll review this Monstrum setup, see if I can actually hit stuff with it. We'll put a different optic on here, scope setup and stuff like that, and see what we can do with it. See if we can actually hit stuff with it. That'd be fun. Other than that, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I still like it. It's still fun, but we're gonna get this thing to be running right and stuff. So stay tuned for that.